guys, welcome to another video from my series Tech Stack. In this video, I will show you around the app that I use for scheduling my calls. It's called Calendly and you probably heard of it, but I'm going to show you how I use it for my service-based business. Now, I encourage you to watch till the end and follow my YouTube channel, Website is Not Enough. I am a marketing consultant, web designer, and my name is Agi Dymarska. Once you find me on YouTube, you could also look me up on LinkedIn, where I post valuable advice on topics like generating traffic to your website, how to do marketing for your service-based business, and in general, how to deal with overwhelm and manage your time spent in your professional service-based business. Now, Calendly is widely available and widely used. I already have an account and I've been using it for quite some time. I have connected it with my Google Calendar. This is not a difficult thing to do, but the result is that anything that is scheduled in Calendly will be reflected on my calendar, basically blocking off this time period in my calendar so nothing else can come in, which is really useful, to be honest. Now, Calendly is spelled Calendly like this. This is the home page. So let's get rid of my face a little bit. So this is the home page, and usually you would sign up. I think they have a free trial, so you can try all the different features it has. But being sort of cost aware, I do actually use. Let's have a look. Do they even show the different tiers? Yeah, I think I'm on Essential. Yeah, you see current. So with Essential, I have different types of meetings I can create, but I cannot charge for them within the app. Now, what I do is I do charge for a strategy call. So what I created is a funnel where the person has to pay for this with a different app, and then they get redirected to the specific calendar for the strategy call. So let's quickly log in. My account, for you, this would be register or sign up or log in after you have your account open. And these are the type of meetings I created. This is the intro call. This is a phone call. 40-minute collaboration call I use for calls which are longer than 15 minutes, of course, and that require me to share screen or for the person to share screen with me. And the time of 40 minutes comes from the fact that I like these calls to be Zoom calls. And you may be aware that on a free subscription with Zoom, the phone the call can only take 40 minutes. It will, like, abruptly cut after 4 minutes. Now, many people will think that's a terrible thing. I actually like it. As you may have noticed, I tend to talk quite a bit. So the fact that it's going to cut abruptly forces me to bring value to that call within that time frame. So this is what I do. Also a note on the fact that you can actually allow different types of calls like Google Meets or even Teams. First of all, with Teams, I had problems recording voice because I do record, all my calls. And with Google Meet, whenever somebody requests that we connect, they have a problem with audio. So I don't know if it's difficult to set it up or people are confused. I never have any problems with Zoom. So that's what I use for my calls. But let's go down into how Calendly works. If I want to create a new event type on my package, I can create different types of events, and that is very helpful. However, I like to keep things simple. Let's just get rid of this. I like to keep things simple, and they're usually one-on-one. If they want to add a guest, they can add the guest, okay? So the process of setting up is quite straightforward. You'd like to give it a little description because this will show on the left-hand side if you want it to show, and it basically should sell the value of that call. So what is this person going to get out of this call? Now let's go to my website. And there is a book a call button. What I have done is I have embedded the Calendly onto my website. If you are running a WordPress website or really any other website, it is really quite easy to do. excuse the slowness of it. I think my internet is playing up. Okay, so you see, this is the description I entered, and it actually is explaining what will happen on this call and what type of the call it is, and a little description of what they're actually getting out of this. This shows my availability, and for this call, I've set it so that people can book quite ahead of the time. I think it's 30 days, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go back to that one. I'm going to abandon this, never mind the new type. Okay, this is it. So what event is this? I like to call it intro call. I'm not sure why this is being replaced with my email, but anyway, I'm sure there's some sort of reason for it. Now, here you can add locations. And as I explained, the intro call for me is always a phone call. I tend to call the person, and I don't like to make it a remote screen sharing call, because it just always overruns, and it takes away from the fact that on this call, we're just trying to introduce each other and see if it's a right fit. But if I wanted, I could add another location. You see the drop down, all the different options pop up. It's really good, because if you pick Teams or Zoom, it will automatically generate a link so that you can click on it before the call. Now, description, etc. Then you can call it something. It will add it to your URL, give it a color, and never mind. And then you can go into when can people book this event. Now, this page I go to every Sunday to make sure that my availability is the way it should be. And you can use something called pre-scheduled timetable, I think it's called, where maybe you work 9 to 5 and you're always available during those times for the calls. But for me, it differs. I've got different things going on every day. So what I do is on Sundays, I come here to this 15-minute call and I manually adjust it. Now, there are other useful things you could do. You could say that you only want invitees to schedule 28 days ahead or less. Now, if you are not very busy at the moment and you are looking to book as many as you can, I would suggest that you keep it open for a while. Once you get busy and you don't really have that much capacity to take or make those calls, you would reduce this number. Now, I would like it to take 15 minutes so that obviously the next one can be scheduled straight after. And I set the custom hours here. I want 15 minutes to get ready for the call. I like to be ready for it. I like to know who I'm talking to. I do a little lookup on LinkedIn. I try to find a website. So it's good to have 15 minutes at least before and 15 minutes after the call. So you see, it kind of adds this buffer between the times people can book. There's additional rules to my availability. I don't necessarily play with that much. Time zones may be important, automatically detect. I think this is the default. Make it a secret event. Interesting. Never use that. Now, this is crucial part of Calendly. You want to ask people questions, especially before intro call. I do like to ask how quickly they can move forward with their project. How urgent is it for them? I give them an opportunity to tell me what it's about. This really helps on the call, because we can refer to something that we both know, and we can save time, because we'll be going straight to the point. So asking questions is important. I ask different questions on the intro call and different questions on the strategy call, because obviously there's different purpose for the call. Now, these workflows, you could try it. It's really, really useful. However, I don't use it simply because I don't want to pay for another subscription. But I can see how when I will become super busy, this will be very helpful, because it will automatically send a reminder, automate some of the tasks that I do manually now. I manually email links just to make sure that the person gets it just before the call. I like to reach out to them on WhatsApp or LinkedIn, and it's just my way of doing things. I like to be in control. So, automating things is not necessarily useful for me. Notifications and cancellation policy. I think I use a standard policy where they have like 24 hours to cancel the call. Not many people cancel the calls with me. Maybe I'm lucky. Maybe they really want to speak with me. I don't know, but I haven't had many of those, so I don't really worry about it. If somebody wants to cancel the call, let them cancel it, right? Unless it's the paid for call, then obviously they need to reschedule it because they paid for it. So you can see your cancellation policy. Oh, to cancel the event, simply email, and they can cancel it from their calendar as well if they choose to add the meet to their calendar. And the confirmation page, I chose for this one to display like thanks, you've booked the call, but you could redirect it somewhere else, add the custom link, etc. So yeah, if you have another way of charging people for these calls, you could maybe add it here. And again, as I explained, collect payments, it's a option, but I wouldn't pay for it. I just don't charge for these calls anyway. So now you can see how nice and easy it is, and all my calls get scheduled. Actually, I don't think I have many. Yeah, I have one call scheduled. I don't have many pending, but I've got a lot of past calls, and this is really useful because you can export this list and see how many calls am I actually doing every month. You want to do as many as you can, really, because this is your opportunity to see if you can help the person, and if you can help the person, then you've got a new client. So I encourage you to play with this, set up your different meeting types, and then what you can do is you copy the link, you send it to somebody, they will get directed to here, to this particular event, to your calendar, and they can book the call. It's super easy. It works on the phone. It works on desktop. It's really great app that will, help you look professional and stay on top of all the calls that are being booked. If you were to embed it on your website, you would click share and then add to website. I like to use this one. I don't like pop-ups and I don't like text. Inline embed. This says next, I think. And it gives you the code, right? You could even hide event type details, but I like to keep it. This is that little description I showed you. This is nice to have it, I think, but you could exclude it from this. And you copy this and you paste it into your WordPress website as a text element or as a HTML code element. Both are available in Elementor and on WordPress with Gutenberg. And other websites will have similars of widgets or elements that you can use to paste this, and the result will be this. It will just show your calendar on your website. So I wish you all the best of luck booking your calls. Please remember, these are super important for you. The more calls you have booked, the more people you speak to, the better for you and your business. So please get ahead. I wouldn't spend too much time setting up your Calendly. You will be able to tweak it along the way and perfect it over time. Just get it done, open the account, create a meeting type, intro call, and start reaching out to people, giving them your link so that they book the call and they get to speak to you. Hopefully you get to speak to a new client and get a new job, and this will push your business forward. Again, please follow me on YouTube if you enjoyed this video. There are other videos I would recommend, Trello for managing your projects, Toggle for time management, Notion for organizing your thoughts in your business, all the different documents. I really do recommend. Hit the subscribe button, post a comment. This all helps, and I would really, really appreciate your engagement. Thanks a lot, and see you on the next one.